Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is so pretty. I mean, the center is just perfect. Hey, everybody. It's Anna. Welcome back to my art channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I'm doing another spin bloom. Maybe a couple. Maybe 3. Who knows? A few weeks ago, I tried a little bloom and a spin bloom on a vinyl record, and the results were less than wonderful. And it may have been because the record was just too big for what I was doing. It may be that I had the wrong palette knife. It may be that my pillow paint was too thick. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm determined to get it right, so I've made a few changes. First of all, my palette knife. Last time I used this one, this pie spatula, I have bought the official, like, football-shaped spin swipe palette knife. Now, this is not the brand name one that you can get at Fluid Art Co. or the Liquitex one of this shape that you can get at Michael's, because those are like $20 a piece. So I found actually a set of 5 different large palette knives for like $25 on Amazon. So it might not be quite as good quality, but it should work for what I need. And then I also have, instead of vinyl records, I've got these little 7-inch wooden circles. I don't know if I bought these at Walmart or if it was a Dollar Tree purchase or something like that. I got them a while ago, and so I decided, let me start with a smaller surface, because if I can nail it on small, then I can work on expanding it to a larger circle. So I've drilled a hole in those, taped the back so that the paint doesn't all flow through. And then actually, I also have this, it's like a little piece of kind of dense packing foam. And I'm going to put that into the hole to fill that hole up, because I just have a feeling that if that hole gets all filled with paint, because it's kind of deep, the paint might be more prone to cracking as it dries. So that foam will fill up the hole and hopefully make it less likely to crack. And then, of course, when I turn it into a clock, I'll take that foam out. Okay, so my colors, these are paints. These are micas. So I have phthalo blue, sky blue, dioxazine, either purple or violet, I'm not sure which. I have viridian, which I've never actually... I've never used this color before. I'm on a roll here. I already tipped over this cup before I even started filming. See, the sticks get stuck on the side, and so when I go to pick it up, it dumps them off. Anyway, viridian. I've never used this color before. It looks a lot like basically a phthalo green, you know, kind of a teal. So that'll be fun to try. And then this is light magenta. And then for my mica pigments, I have champagne, which is a chameleon powder from Let's Resin. I have indigo waves from this little piggy. This is a sort of custom gold mix that I made from some other micas that I had. This is Let's Resin olive chameleon powder. And then this is TLP velvet, which is a beautiful sort of interference blue. And then I have this, which is some house paint that I had left over, and I thought, wouldn't this make a fun pillow? So I think I'm going to do one with a white pillow and one with the green pillow. And then my cell activator is 3:1 Australian Floetrol to Amsterdam titanium white. Okay, I think that's all my details. Let's make a painting. All right, so let's start out with wooden circle number 1. I am going to tape this down to my spinner, because if you watched my last spin swipe, whoosh, the canvas flew off the spinner. And so I'm going to stick it down just to make sure that I can spin it nice and hard and it doesn't fly off. So you don't need a lot of tape as long as it is in the middle of the spinner. If it was off center, then you'd have more forces trying to get it off, but if it's in the middle, you just need a little bit of tape to hold it on. My pillow for the first one is this Glidden Essentials Eggshell Interior House Paint. So let me just get some of that. This is the thing that I don't like about blooms, is how messy it is to work with the pillow. I know the people who do lots and lots and lots of blooms, like they've figured out how to do it with minimal mess, but I don't do it that often. So I haven't invested in like the pour tops for the paint jugs. Anyway, we got some pillow here. I think that's going to be enough. We are going to spin this to stretch the design. And I don't want a really thick pillow or it might crack. Alright, and you might be wondering, why do I have so many colors? It's because I might be doing 2 or 3 of these and the color pattern might change for each one. So I just grabbed like a random blend of colors. I'm only going to be using 4 or 5 colors for each piece. So let me pick which ones I want for the white background. Okay, yeah, we'll do this. This is a very similar color palette to what I used for my last spin swipe, actually, except instead of this, I've got the Viridian. So, add some green to the mix. Let me start with some purple at the bottom. Here's my consistency. So it flows well. It stacks up a bit, but it flattens out within like a second or two. I'm hoping that that's the right consistency. Historically, I think I've made my bloom paints a little bit too thick. So I want to learn how to be a little bit, make them a little bit thinner, but then not so thin that they don't hold the cells. Do some blue. So that's looking really nice as it goes on. It's not looking way too thick. And then some champagne. And now some Viridian, because I do want that to be prominent. And then I'll put the Velvet on top of that Viridian, because I think being on top of a darker green, it's going to show up really nicely. All right, move those out of the way. Move this out of the way. Okay, cell activator time. Doesn't look like there's too many air bubbles in there, so that's good. So one of the things that I was thinking about when I did my last spin swipe, I started basically with the tip in the middle, and when you do it that way, you have to make a complete circle around before you can start pulling the palette knife out. Otherwise you're going to have a hole in the middle, you know, where it didn't touch. But then if you do a full circle and then you start pulling out, you're going to cover up a lot of the wonderful cells that you made. So what I'm going to do this time is, instead of putting the tip in the center, I'm going to put the tip like here, so that I can start pulling it towards the outside of the circle almost immediately. And I hope that that's like the magic thing that I needed. But let's put a thin layer of cell activator on my swipe tool. Okay, so I'm going to put it about here. I don't know if I should try to spin it fast or kind of slow. Right. Oh yeah. That looks so much better than last time. I think partly because I had the different swipe tool, partly because I started in the middle instead of starting, you know, off the side, and partly because this is small, so the design, you know, that cute design in the middle, it's going to have space to stretch. So I love that. Oh my goodness, that's a wonderful blend of greens and purples. So let me set that aside, and let's give this a little spin. Oh, that is so pretty. I mean, the center is just perfect. There's cells the whole way through. There's no bare spots. There is, you know, sort of this line where you can see where the palette knife was dragged around, but I don't mind that at all, and that it just fades out really beautifully. So I'd love to get it to where these purple lines are almost to the edge, so let's spin it again. So nice. Oh, I'm really happy with that. Yes. Success. Victory! Yeah, I'm going to keep spinning it just a little bit more to get rid of this white edge. I'll try spinning the other direction. I don't know that it makes a difference which direction you spin. I think for the most part, the paint moves to the outside, but there may be a small amount of difference. I don't know. Usually I just spin one direction, but... Okay, yes, perfect. Our purple lines made it just to the edge, but we've got this lovely fade out. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not seeing air bubbles that need to be popped, so I'm not even going to give it a quick torch. Nothing. Let me give you a close-up of this, and then I want to do another one, because that was really fun, and that was really easy, and I want to try that green base. All right, close-up time. Okay, so this is so beautiful. Look how perfect that lacing is. Oh, it's just dreamy. How it just fades out to almost nothing there. And then you can see the shimmer there. That's the champagne. And I predict, I think that light blue there in the middle, I think that's the velvet, and that should shine really, really well when this is dry. All right, I'm super happy with that. Let me reset really quick, and then we'll do another one. All right, time for the next one. So I have a new wooden circle here in the middle. This will be my pillow, and I want this one to have kind of a tropical vibe. So I want to use my magenta and some more of the Viridian, and definitely some blue. I think some gold, like sand, and maybe some of this indigo waves, because I really like that blue to green shift. Yeah, that'll be fun. Okay. This still has a lot of air bubbles in it. Do you have a song that you tap your air bubbles out to? For me, it's always Viva La Vida by Coldplay. Yeah, I'm a little bit weird. All right, let's pour some of this out. So this is an old cup of paint. It's possible there will be some lumps in it. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Yeah, I might be seeing some lumps. And there are still air bubbles in this, so I'm going to tap it a little bit. And just gently torch. Okay, that should be pretty good. All right, let's put this down. Let's start with the Viridian. All right, that looks luscious already. Maybe some blue next? And then some of the indigo waves. Oops. Got a fleck of dried paint. And now let's do some of this light magenta. And some of the gold on top. Yeah, this should be pretty. And I think just the white cell activator will add enough of that like full brightness that I need, because that's just all color. Okay, let's grab our swipe tool again. Let's get our cell activator on again. All right, let's hope that this one goes as well as that one did. All right, a little bit over the center. Whoops. Okay, so that one I spun a lot faster, and I don't know if I was pressing down enough. It's really pretty. Like, I don't want to lose that color blend. I think the cells are way too big in the middle. It's not spiraling enough. I don't think I kept my pressure consistent as I spun it. Let me just try spinning again, or swiping again. Because most of the colors are still right there in the middle. So I should be able to grab them and pull them out. Okay, let's try again. Oh dear. I mean, there's a really beautiful band there, but I missed a section of the blue, and then this is all like tiny, tiny, tiny cells. Don't know what's going on with that. Let me try doing this one again, because I love this color combination. But I need to get the swipe right. So I'm just gonna basically start over. Some more puddle in the middle. Or pillow, not puddle. It's a puddle of pillow paint. All right, let's layer the colors on exactly the same as before. Okay, let's try this again. Quick torch for air bubbles. Okay. I don't know. That one worked perfectly on the first try. This one has taken 2 and hasn't worked as well. It could be that it's a bad pillow paint. I don't know. It's a semi-gloss. I don't know that that makes a huge difference. All right, maybe third time will be the charm here. Let's try again. Okay, that's a much better swipe. I'm getting a lot more cells. It's absolutely beautiful. I came off the side kind of steeply, but I think that'll be okay. Oh, I'm happy. That looks much better. Much, much better. All right, let's give it a spin. See if we can stretch those lovely cells. Oh yeah, we got a lot of stretch there. Okay, I do see I've got a lump right here and it's stopping the flow of paint. Oh, that is... Those colors are so pretty. All right, one more spin to get that little thing off. I want to make sure I don't have too much paint on here since I added the additional pillow. Like, I just want to make sure that I get plenty off. So let me do one more little torch. And spin one more time. It's like a tropical dream. I love it. Okay, I'm happy with that one. Let me give you a close-up of it. So this one, obviously, the spinner is this big green splotch, which makes it kind of hard to see what we've got here, but it's so pretty. This color blend is so tropical with that pink and then the just luscious greens and blues and some gold in there, so it feels like the beach. So I love this. You can see that's going to be really shimmery. So I'm super happy with this. I'm glad that I kept on trying because I just really love it. So maybe small spin swipes is what I need to be doing right now, and forget the big ones until I've got a bit more practice. But thank you so much, guys, for watching this. I will show you the dry result, and you can see how shiny they are. All right, so they're all dry and they're looking beautiful. So nice and shimmery. You can definitely see the mica pigments shining. Do you see that blue in the center? So that is the TLP velvet. And then that shine of pinkish purple, that is the champagne, the Let's Resin champagne. So I wanted to show you sort of a close-up of the texture of those two. Do you see how the champagne, you can see the particles of it? It's plenty fine to use, but it is a coarser sparkle, whereas the blue of the velvet, you almost can't see any particles coming off. So, you know, if you're wondering whether this little piggy, they're more expensive, you know, you go, is it worth it to do that? If it really makes a difference to you to have it stay really, really smooth and not kind of break apart as those particles, then maybe it is worth it. I still really like the Let's Resin chameleon powders. I don't mind a little bit of the color splitting off into those kind of sandy particles, but that's just something to see the comparison of the two side by side. And then there in the purple section, my purple must have cracked a bit. I hadn't noticed it until I literally turned on the camera and then I went, that's interesting. So I don't mind the look. I think it's actually kind of cool, but I don't quite know why that happened. There's no texture to it. It's just the purple surface kind of cracked a bit. But really pretty, and when I get, I think I'm going to varnish this one just because it's such a nice smooth thing as it is. There's no need for resin to hide any textural imperfections, but obviously I'm going to take out that sort of plug in the center, paint some numbers or dots or something, and add some clock hands. and that is going to look fantastic. All right, let's go to the next one. So this one also turned out very, very well. Very shiny. You see the gold there in the middle. And then I think right in here we've got some of that indigo waves where it shines kind of green. It's not standing out as much with all the green that we have in the background as I might have liked, but it's still really pretty. I love the pink that just kind of laces throughout there. So cool. And then we have this little pocket of cells here. I don't know, that was probably from my first layer of paint, and then they poked up through the new pillow. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, so this one has a little bit more lumps. It's probably from the pillow just being an older paint, had some dried bits. So this one might get resin. I don't know. It's not bad in terms of texture, so it might just get varnish. But I'm really happy with these. Thank you guys for watching. It was very satisfying for me after having so much trouble with that spin bloom the first time to be able to move a little bit smaller and have two really fantastic pieces. So let me know, have you guys ever done a spin bloom swipe? And are you wanting to try it now that you've seen me do these? Shout out to Lisa Marvin for perfecting this technique. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye!